Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Diara Badani with student number 2341-2063 from the Accounting Study Program. Today, I will discuss an essential topic in business law and entrepreneurship, business entities in business activities. Every business, regardless of its size or sector, must operate under a specific legal form known as a business entity. The charge of business entity determines how the company is structured, how profits are distributed, how liabilities are handled, and how taxes are imposed. Therefore, understanding different forms of business entities is crucial for entrepreneurs, investors, and policymakers alike. In this presentation, I will explain the meaning, types, characteristics, and legal implications of business entities, especially within the context of Indonesia law and global business practice. Okay, definition and purpose of business entities. A business entity refers to an organization established by one or more individuals to engage in commercial, industrial, or professional activities. The main purpose of forming a business entity is to carry out business operations legally, manage risk, and achieve profit. Legally, a business entity provides structure and identity, enabling it to enter contracts, own property, sue or be sued, and fulfill tax obligation. In Indonesia, business entities are recognized under various laws such as the Indonesian Civil Code or KUH Perdata, Commercial Code atau KUHD, and specific acts like Company Law number 14 of 2007. The choice of business form greatly influences not only the company's operational flexibility, but also its financial responsibilities and long-term sustainability. Okay, next, classification of business entities. In general, business entities can be classified into two broad categories: non-legal entities and legal entities. One, non-legal entities are businesses that do not have separate legal status from their owners. Example include sole proprietorship atau usaha perseorangan, and partnership atau persekutuan perdata atau firma. In these types, the owner's personal assets are not separate from the business liabilities, meaning that they bear unlimited personal responsibility. 2. Legal entities, on the other hand, have their own legal personality independent of their owner. These include limit liability companies atau yang biasa dikenal dengan PT, cooperatives atau yang dikenal biasanya itu koperasi, dan juga ada foundation atau yang biasa disebut sebagai yayasan. Legal entities can own asset, enter contract, and bear obligation in their own name, providing limit liability protection to shareholders or members. This classification is important because it determines how the business is treated legally, financially, and fiscally. Okay, next di sini ada sole proprietorship atau yang biasa itu disebut sebagai usaha perseorangan. Jadi, a sole proprietorship is the simplest and most common form of business entity. It is owned and managed by a single individual who is fully responsible for all aspects of the business. including profit, debts, and liabilities. This type of entity is easy to establish, requires a minimal capital, and is suitable for a small-scale business. However, it carries a major disadvantage. The owner has unlimited liability, meaning that personal asset may be used to settle a business debt. In Indonesia, many small businesses, such as street vendors, family-owned shops, and freelance, operate under this form because of its simplicity and flexibility. Oke, selanjutnya itu ada partnership atau yang biasanya dikenal itu sebagai persekutuan atau firma atau commanditaire phenotype. Jadi, a partnership is a business formed by two or more people who agree to cooperate and share profit, loss, and responsibilities. There are two main types of partnership. Yang pertama itu general partnership atau yang biasanya itu kita kenal sebagai firma. Nah, where all partners are equally responsible for managing the business and bear unlimited personal liability. Lalu yang kedua itu ada limited partnership atau yang biasanya kita kenal itu sebagai commanditaire phenotype atau disingkatnya itu CV, yang dimana which include both active partner who manage the business and silent partners who provide capital but have limited liability. Partnership are popular among professionals such as accountant, consultant, or lawyers, where mutual trust and shared expertise are important. In Indonesia, partnership are regulated under the Commercial Code atau disingkat itu KUHD, particularly Article 16 to 35. Selanjutnya di sini ada limited liability company atau yang biasa kita kenal itu sebagai perseroan terbatas atau disingkat yaitu PT. Jadi di limited liability company atau yang biasa disebut dengan PT is the most common form of legal business entity in Indonesia and globally. It is a legal entity whose capital is divided into shares, and the liability of each shareholder is limited to the value of their investment. This structure protects owner from a personal liability, making it attractive for medium and large scale enterprise. PT has three main organs, the General Meeting of Shareholders yang biasa itu dikenal dengan RUPS atau Rapat Umum Pemegang Saham. Lalu ada the Board of Directors atau yang disebut itu direksi, and the Board of Commissioners atau yang biasa disebut dengan Dewan Komisaris. The governance and legal framework for PTS, maksudnya itu perseroan terbatas itu are regulated under law number 40 of 2007 on limited liability companies. This type of business is ideal for companies seeking growth, investment, and long-term sustainability because it allows easier access to capital market and external financing. Selanjutnya ada kooperatif atau yang biasa kita kenal itu sebagai koperasi. A cooperative is a business entity established based on the principle of mutual cooperation, equality, and community welfare. Unlike corporation that prioritize a profit maximization, Cooperative aim to serve the common interest of their members. Members of a cooperative are both the owner and users of its service. Profit, known as SHU, atau yang biasa kita kenal itu sebagai sisa hasil usaha, are distributed fairly among members according to their participation. Cooperative play a crucial role in empowering small communities and promoting inclusive economic growth. In Indonesia, cooperatives are governed by Law Number 25 of 1992, and cooperative emphasizing principles such as democracy, fairness, and social justice. Nah, selanjutnya di sini ada foundation atau yang biasa kita kenal itu sebagai yayasan. A foundation or yayasan is a legal entity established for social, religious, education, or humanitarian purpose rather than profit. Although it may engage in business activities, any income generated must be used to support its social objective. Foundations are important in the non-profit sector, contributing to education, health, and social welfare. In Indonesia, foundations are regulated under Law Nomor 16 pada tahun 2001, as amended by Law itu nomor 28 pada tahun 2004. The governance structure of a foundation typically includes a board of trustees, a board of management, and board of supervisor. Selanjutnya di sini ada state-owned enterprise atau yang biasa kita tahu itu yaitu BUMN atau Badan Usaha Milik Negara. Jadi a state-owned enterprise yang dalam bahasa Indonesianya itu yang kita kenal sebagai Badan Usaha Milik Negara is a business entity whose capital is wholly or partly owned by the state. A state-owned enterprise play a strategic role in sector that impact public welfare, such as energy, transportation, and telecommunication. There are two main forms of a state-owned enterprise. Persero, which operates to generate profit and is partly owned by private shareholder, and Perum, we serve the public interest without focusing primarily on profit. State-owned enterprise are governed by law itu nomor 19 pada tahun 2003 on state-owned enterprise. They help balance economic development by ensuring that essential services remain accessible to the public while contributing to national revenue. Next, choosing the right business entity. Choosing the right business entity is a strategic decision that affects a company's legal responsibilities, taxation, management flexibility, and risk exposure. A factor to consider include the scale of business, ownership structure, capital needs, and risk tolerance. For example, a startup seeking external investor may choose a PT atau perseroan terbatas, while a community-based venture might prefer a cooperative, small online business. On the other hand, may operate effectively as a sole proprietorship. Understanding this option helps entrepreneurs make informed decisions and avoid legal or financial complications in the future. Terakhir di sini ada kesimpulan. Nah, dalam kesimpulan ini, business entities are the legal foundation of all business activities. They provide structure, define ownership, and determine how risks and rewards are shared. Whether it is a sole proprietorship, a partnership, limited liability company, cooperative, foundation, or state-owned enterprise, each form has its own advantage, disadvantage, and legal implication. The key for every entrepreneur is to select the form that best aligns with their goals, resources, and business environment. By understanding the nature of business entities, we can operate more effectively, comply with legal obligation, and contribute to a fair and sustainable economy. Thank you for your attention. That concludes my explanation. Thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.